Good Friday morning. Wow, Friday. It is Friday. Gee whiz, anybody watching my channel, Ice HTV, Internal Combustion Engine HTV, which, yes, the morning conversations are kind of about that, but not so much sometimes. I think some people listen and watch me jabber gabber man with ideas. And what's the saying? I have a dream. Who was a famous person to say I have a dream? Was that Martin Luther King? I believe it was. Just beautiful up here. Just incredibly beautiful. Colder day though. Drier air. Look at that electric vehicle over there. That thing just sits. Never gets driven really. And why wouldn't I be driving it, right? You know what I mean? Just save that money and gas and everything. Kid cleaned the dogs all up yesterday. There's all their hair. Yeah, so what are we talking about today? There are so many things you can talk about today in today's world. It's beyond believable. It just, can I even keep track of what to say on my theme this morning? Got to get my hands, got to get this out of my hand, that out of my hand. And my theme is, you got a dream, right? Doesn't everybody have a dream? Thought to myself last night, thought, you know what would be a great conversation? Look at the Raptor. This is going to Florida. I'm trying to figure out what to take to Florida. That's not going, but still sitting here, so I thought I had it sold, and nada. Incredible, really. But anyways, the dream. Everybody has a dream. We all have dreams. Isn't that really cool? I mean, think about life. We all have a dream. We even have dreams. I mean, who hasn't had the dream? Or, I mean, you literally are sleeping at night and you have this dream, and it's so surreal, you would think the next morning, it's like, you know, was that real or not? All right, pups, got the gang here, and chilly morning, so it's not colder than yesterday. Yesterday it was actually too warm. First time of year, same old routine. Do that. There's my power wash. You'll probably be, why do you have a power wash in your office? Well, because downstairs it'll freeze and ruin the pump. Had that happen more than once before. Change up here. The dog took the other dog's seat. Sure is way out of whack too. So, yeah, so that's what I say to myself. The dream. We all are dreamers. And, you know, I think a lot of people say, yeah, I had a dream and I kind of accomplished that dream, or I kind of am living my dream. But at the same time, I think, wow, what dream are we living in today? I mean, if you think it through, somebody's had a dream, right? It's obvious that the car industry has a dream. And what is that dream? Well, we know the dream is to convert ICE to EV. Yeah, and to convert ICE, to basically do away with ICE. That's the dream of the automotive industry. But really, whose dream is it? Is it really the automotive industry, or is it maybe others? And that's what got me to thinking about the dream. That whose dream right now are we living in? Whose dream, right? I mean, if you think it through, the green agenda has a dream. They truly have a dream that, you know, the way to save Mother Earth is mankind's got to have a dream of doing things differently. So the automotive industry, I'm not so sure they had a dream of eliminating the Ice Age vehicles. I think it's more of the green agenda people that have the dream of eliminating fossil fuels and Ice Age vehicles. And that's why I got to thinking, man, more than ever in today's world, we're living in somebody else's dream. And you know, it's just so, for me as an individual, I've been a very compassionate individual. I mean, some people will watch my channel and think, yeah, right, guy. No, I'm an individual that, you know, I really do hope the best for everybody. I'm not the type of person to hold grudges. I'm not into revenge. That's not who I am. I witnessed this. I've been blessed in this physical universe for my actions, the way I treat others, and how I respond to things versus react to things. And I'm not perfect, but I just try to live a life of balance and good for others and no hate. I mean, I'm just not into that. That is not who I am. I'm just not into that stuff. You know, I'm not into going out and killing animals or going hunting. Not who I am. I mean, I'm just a motorhead to the max. And I just have evolved my channel to Motorheads to just like to talk about what I've talked for years. This is nothing new of me having conversations. I've been talking like this for 20, 30 years. And as I progress in life, I just think, wow, more so than ever in my life, I just feel like, boy, oh boy, you know, we need to start talking among ourselves, because it's becoming more apparent than ever that the dreamers of this country are really trying to live your dream. Right. And what I mean by that is Elon Musk. I bring him up just about every day on this channel. Let's check out the dog. Cup of coffee and not watch me, smother my face. The dog pretty comfortable, yeah. The life of the dogs, right? Get their little bed and all, right? Pretty cool, right? Yeah, creepers. So I think to myself, Elon Musk, wow. I mean, to me, it really is disturbing. This is very disturbing for me as an individual, because I always want to think it can't be. I always want to think, would somebody be that mean? I mean, really? Would they really be that devious? Were they really that on a mission to just be mean? I mean, to me, wow. To see Elon Musk is now uncovering Twitter, and I've talked about him now numerous times ever since he intrigued me by. I was never an Elon Musk follower. I was never Elon Musk, really. I've never been caught up in Elon Musk world. I've never been a Tesla guy. I just never have been really wanting to be a buddy of his. And the thing I'm bringing up to you is he is just exposing how corrupt the left is. I mean, sadly, for me as an individual, for me even to say that, I even think for anybody watching my channel that's a Democrat, they could be like, well, I'm done with this guy. Okay, well, I'm not saying that every Democratic person in the world is corrupt. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying to you is Elon Musk is uncovering how the left media machine is beyond believable of what they've done in the media to persuade people to think the way they want them to think. It's beyond, it's and somebody said, yeah, but this is a YouTube channel, like I say every day of my life. It's a car channel. It is, but it's being influenced by what I just said to you, by information being twisted to make you think a certain way, to come to closure of what you think is right or wrong. And so Elon Musk, the blacklist, are you kidding me? They're now, I mean, Elon is digging up the Democratic Party's way of maneuvering things to get things done through the propaganda social platform. It's coming to me more than my lifetime ever as an individual. I'm like, this is maddening. This is not right. But here's the thing. The left media machine, the left Democratic Party, once again, if you're a Democratic person, I'm not saying it's you. I'm talking about the party itself. So anybody that's a Democrat, but here's the thing, how does an independent feel right now? I mean, so you can say to me, well, you're a conservative, you're a right. What I'm saying to you is, as an individual in life, I mean, do you really feel good about how you're now seeing through Elon Musk that the media machine controlled the content of what can be said and not be said? I mean, as an individual, I don't care what party you're on, you're comfortable with that. You're comfortable with now the truths to be exposed are being shown more than ever, and you think that's not a big deal. And here's the thing. That's the problem. The right is silenced. The left wants to silence the right. Yes, more than ever. Twitter is so, I mean, I'm just, and here's the thing. This is so extreme of what Elon is starting to do, but the left is not playing the game. That's what they do. The left media machine and the Democratic Party, they don't play the game. They just ignore. They're not going to talk about it. Well, yeah, at some point they're going to have to start talking about it, because some big-time people are going to start getting uncovered through these blacklists, and even the political powers to be that played this game as well, and then the Twitter executives. Where's Jack Dorsey? What was he doing? When's he getting hauled downtown? I mean, the list goes on and on and on. What possibly play out? But breaking news: Adam Schiff who was the main man to go after Donald Trump with Jerry Nadler and other select individuals that went after. I mean, for me, I am not here to take sides. I'm here to try to figure out what makes sense and doesn't make sense. And so for me, when I witnessed the Trump being grilled by Adam Schiff and Jerry Nadler and all these other political figures downtown for 4 years on this Russia collusion and everything else, can anybody honestly tell me through my YouTube channel what came from that? I mean, honestly, Adam Schiff swore up and down he had prosecuting evidence, witnesses, voice recordings, documents. I mean, the list was infinite that Trump had committed, ethics violations and voting violations and whatever else and all the other stuff that he did. And Adam Schiff told the American public every day he guaranteed he had everything and blah, blah, blah. So now the Democratic Party has hired Adam Schiff to go after Elon Musk. Wow. I wonder how this is all going to start playing out for Elon Musk. So right now, as I speak, I can guarantee you there are thousands of Democratic, lobbyists. I shouldn't say lobbyists, but Democratic individuals. The left, the media machine, the whole left is trying to dig up everything and anything on Elon Musk. So they distract to take away from Elon making progress that's showing truly that the right has been silenced and the left can pretty much do whatever they want. That's kind of the message that I'm starting to hear. And for anybody that's a left-minded person, Democrat, I have no problem. You reach out to me saying, "Hey, Mr. Iceman, you're full of baloney. You don't know what you're talking about." Okay, cool. Let's talk. I mean, sure, I'm an open-minded person. I sincerely am. Let me hear your presentation of why Elon Musk is uncovering how the left media machine has deliberately shut down the right-minded person's conversations. Why is that? Well, because, easy answer for a left person is, well, the right doesn't know what they're talking about. Okay, that made a lot of sense, right? Yeah, okay, just like the Respect for Marriage Act bill was just passed, and so just so you know, as I talked about this the other day, but we're going to take a time out for that. Let's just go back to the media machine and me being a car channel and the Ice Age electric vehicles. Well, just think this through. The media machine is driving, the green agenda machine is driving the media machine. It's very more apparent than ever. So, and we're going to talk about artificial intelligence. If you heard about that, I hope I remember to tell you about that. The Elon just released. You realize you can get an app now. You can go and download the app to have artificial intelligence on your computer to help you figure things out. Oh my gosh, this is freaky. It's been around, but Elon apparently has released the app. Yeah, wow, Elon, the good and the bad, right? So for the green machine, the left favors the green machine big time. So everything you're being told about electric vehicles and the fossil fuel is the worst thing in the world, and the dire straits at the end of the world, the dreamers, and that's what I was talking about earlier, was we are living in a society today of the left-minded dreamer. More than ever, the dreamers on the left are accomplishing great things on their end. So, for them, it's a left-minded individual, the Democratic Party, the Green Agenda. They're having, incredible successful accomplishments of getting movement in their dream. As I said earlier, the Green Agenda's dream is to eliminate fossil fuels and to drive everything. Transportation, mode is a whole different energy source of any transportation. And the way you eat and your lifestyle, this goes on and on and on. So those dreamers are pushing their dream onto everybody else. But yet, it's like the minority dreamers. It's just like I was, so the car industry is all caught up in the minority dreamers that is forcing the whole automotive industry and the transportation industry to revamp on how transportation is fueled, energized. Okay, but at the same time, it's the minority that's pushing the dream, that the rest of us are having to be part of the dream. But a lot of us don't want to be part of the dream. And that's why I was just talking about the Respect for Marriage Act. Actually, that's just passed through the House, so it's going to Joe Biden's desk to sign. And they revamped it. So they reworded it. The Democratic Party reworded the going after churches was reworded. So that prior to the bill, the first instruction bill allowed the state that the federal, this is a federal legislation bill. So the states really have it upon themselves to make decisions if they want to, follow the Respect for Marriage Act. So the initial bill was that if a gay couple wanted to get married in a church and the church didn't want to give them that right, the state and the federal government had the right to go after that church and sue it. Well, they've taken that language out. So now, technically, if a gay couple goes and wants to be married in a church, the state doesn't have the right, or the government has the right to go after the church. But the couple has the right for a civil rights suit or whatever to pursue a lawsuit. And so there's a huge, for the left. I'm not saying that there aren't right people aren't gay. I'm just sharing information. I'm not taking sides of anything here. I'm just sharing with you that for me as an individual, we are witnessing a dream that's being pushed more so, that seems, on a left-minded agenda, a democratic agenda, a liberal-minded agenda, more so than the right. And they're accomplishing it by what Elon Musk is showing, is by silencing the right. So the left is persuading more and more people from minority to maybe majority to view things their ways, because people aren't hearing two different stories. That's the sad part. Is it's easy for me on my channel to persuade anything one way, and I'm no fool to that being on my channel. That's going to be like, yeah, but it's your channel, you talk about everything, but what about this? That's why I say make a comment. Bring up a comment. That's fine. If it's that radical, I'll talk about it in the next video. Hey, this person brought to the table, and and they're right. What I was saying was totally wrong. I don't have a problem with that. So, but the whole point is, the dreamers are getting things passed in legislation and getting movement on their views, so that makes others then eventually cater to their views. I mean, that's kind of what starts to play out, and that's a concern. And that's the concern of the Respect for the Marriage Act, is that many conservative people and religious people feel that this new bill is going to make you as a religious person feel guilty for not abiding by the Bible. The Bible recognizes a man and a woman in marriage. It doesn't recognize a man or woman in marriage. It doesn't recognize that. So they feel like it's going to put a guilt on people that feel very strongly about their biblical values and ways, but they're going to kind of be forced to change their views because they're going to be looked at that they're, not being nice to other people. But I think what's really intriguing to me, at the end of the day, I'm not here calling out anybody, but at the end of the day, I understand. Think this through. A gay marriage, they want the rights for tax reasons. If they file as a couple, they want it for healthcare reasons. So there's lots of underlying things that are going on for a marriage between a man and a woman. They want to be treated like a man and woman does in the laws of the country for like tax reasons and healthcare and other things. And you just stop and think to yourself, so why is the freaking government even, creating all this havoc and problem when they should just be recognized, as a couple or whatever? It gets too in-depth and too deep. But for the religious side of people, they feel like this is just another left agenda move that's catering to them, to appease them, to change the way our society is, of the family, the union of the family. And I get it. People say, well, you have two men that raise a family. I understand that. I'm talking about biblical religious people that aren't excited about this, what's going on. And what the point is that the content control of this country, more than ever by the left that Elon Musk is sharing with us, is no doubt persuading people to look at things differently and have a change of views. But for me as an individual, whether you're Republican, Democratic, or Independent, this should be very concerning that we're seeing that the social platforms, more than ever, truly are being controlled by government bodies to, get the message out there to what they feel is the right versus wrong. I mean, wow. It's just really very disappointing. And like I say, a big thing about this is, for me as an individual, it just reinforces that the left does not want to hear the right talk. They don't want it. So they want to control it. But I think to myself, too, what's really interesting is, and I talk about this all the time, prior to 2000, this sitting administration, prior to that, this administration, the streets were pretty crazy. The hate was rampant. The divisions of race was rampant. The protesting in the streets was rampant. The burning of the cities was rampant. The tearing down the statues is rampant. The showing a police officer killing a black individual was rampant. You know what I said to some of my friends? And they're even black, just to share with you. And this is nothing that I'm making light of or making fun of. But all we heard prior to this administration was the previous administration supported, in so many words, the killing of black people. I mean, that was kind of the message that the left media was telling people. And that the police target blacks more than whites, even though under studies that's not really factual. Okay, so, but the media will tell you otherwise that is. There's lots of different colors of people getting killed every day. So now the point is that I'm bringing this up. The first thing popped in my head when this was going on, I thought to myself, wow, what is when police officers or you go to a gun range and you practice target? And I know this sounds very racist or derogatory, but think this through. When you were a police officer in training, and somebody could prove me wrong in this, what was the color of the target? Was it a black piece of paper or a white piece of paper? So right there, subliminally, for a police officer, is he target practicing a white sheet of paper or a black sheet of paper? Is it a white piece of paper with a black outline of a body? I don't know. I mean, I thought to myself, wow, for the police force, wow. They're already subliminally training their officers to shoot targets that are black? Hello? I don't know. Somebody that's in the police force would probably have a lot more information on that than I would. So what I'm leading up here to you, maybe watch my channel, is the hate has disappeared. The protesting in the streets has disappeared. The divisions of the race, I wouldn't say that's all gone, but it definitely has been tamed down to a degree. Well, why? Well, the Democratic Party has held the House. The Democratic Party is passing legislation that makes them very happy. The Democratic Party, more than ever we've seen, is controlling the social media platforms of what can be said and what can't be said. And even all the media, the media outlets, MSNBC, CNN, all the, even NPR. I mean, the list goes on and on and on of the left, media machine. So it's had control of their dream. So their dream of what they're accomplishing is happening. Okay, well, guess what? The House has been reversed. So first part of next year, it goes back to the GOP, the right-minded person. So now we know we have a stronghold in Senate, the Democrats do, but the House right now has more power for the right-minded person, the GOP. Maybe the independent. What's wrong with the independents? Independents seem to be siding with the left, I guess. I don't know. So think this through. So it's awful quiet. Notice how quiet it is? I mean, does next year the protests in the streets, the BLM, the hate, does it all start gaining traction again because the House doesn't appease to all these legislation that's trying to be shoved down the right's throat that they don't agree to, and they don't agree to it. So does the media machine then play the game of appeasing to the Democratic Party and ratchets up the media machine with the hate and how the right are really bad people? And what's really incredible, which is sad to me, I read the Wall Street Journal article last night about this Respect for Marriage Act, and you go into the commentary section, and it was all the liberal people and gay people, and they were basically saying people like me are just not nice people, and we're the problem, and and I'm just thinking, oh my gosh, it'd be unbelievable. I've got gay friends and everybody, and I've never ever have called them out or anything. That isn't for me really to decide how you live your life. That isn't who I am. But just so much hate against the right, just incredible. That they just got a bill passed that now is a win for them, but all they do from that is just really harbor on how long this took to get passed and how disrespectful the religious people are. And I just think, but you're fighting to go get married in the religious church that's sacrilegious, and then you're mad at the religious church. Why even going there for it? I mean, I just very, very confusing. Very, very to me, very just to me, it's just like, wow, why? What's going on? I mean, why the hate? Why the hate? Why the hate? Your bill just got passed, and whatever. I mean, some states will take it. Some states won't. It's very complicated. And for me as an individual, I have no desire to make decisions of your life or be the God to judge who you are and who you aren't and how it plays out. But I think when the hate talk starts, what's going on? But yet the right is labeled as the hate. But yet the left does more physical destruction to property and violence than the right does. But that's why he's like, no. If you went down January 6th, okay, right. But can you please back up and talk about all the cities that were burned? Can you please back up and talk about all the hate that was, it turns into a debate and argument, which I'm not going down that rabbit hole. And what I'm trying to convey to you, neither one of us is perfect. So for me to sit here and claim that I'm Mr. Perfect and I have a right to hate on you, or you're perfect, you're going to hate on me, that's where, to me, we've lost the conversation. And it's obvious that the media machine supports the left agenda and it's going to control the right agenda. And that's what Elon Musk is showing. So Elon Musk, I just can't wait to see Adam Schiff, all the stuff this guy, he's going to try to get him downtown, put him on the stand. I mean, for Elon Musk, sadly, does this guy wake up tomorrow? I mean, Elon Musk, he's going down a path that really you're dealing with very devious people. So if I was Elon Musk, I'd only hope he has incredible security because he's going after the left. He truly is attacking the left. He really is. And for us, we're living the dream of the left right now. I mean, that's what's going on more than ever. Your dream you're witnessing is with all the agenda that's green agenda driven and all the legislation that we're witnessing, the laws and the change in front of us, it's being driven by the left more than ever. And so that's what I say. Do you have a dream? Do you have a dream? And we're part of this dream. But the reality is, I don't think the majority like the dream that we're in. All right. Pretty heavy stuff there for an Ice Age TV car channel. And I get it. It doesn't get a lot of views. But for me, us right people, but us people in general need to talk. And we need to come to closure of what makes sense and doesn't make sense. And to me, Elon Musk is making a lot of sense to me, sharing with me in my life that, wow, he really is digging up how bad the Democratic Party is. I mean, they really are. I mean, I'm sorry. And that's what kind of is befuddling to me. And I'm not saying Republican Party is perfect by any means. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying to you is the Democratic Party right now is getting called out like never before. But they're not acknowledging any of this. I mean, just Elon Musk is doing this stuff on his own, and nobody wants to talk about it. That's right. The left does not want to talk about it. Now, artificial intelligence. Wow. So Elon Musk just released an app that you can download onto your computer or your phone, and you're going to have artificial intelligence capability. Wow. This is crazy. So if all the kids are in college and elementary, well, I should say, grade schools, high school, jobs, you now have the infinite, Wikipedia in your frickin' device, more so than that, where artificial intelligence, I mean, it's beyond even my comprehension. So for me to sit here and get into great depth of that, but for anybody who's interested, it's like the GPT or something, but if you just look it up, Elon Musk, artificial intelligence app, you're going to find it, and you're going to see you can download this app onto your computer, and this app is going to you're going to talk to this app, and it's going to create your dream, or create whatever you want, good or bad. And it's going to give you all the different answers of equations. For any college student, holy crow, talk about having the infinite of, resources to getting answers. Wow. What does this do? I mean, what does this do? What is artificial intelligence? So I've talked about it. Elon Musk was kind of like anti-artificial intelligence, but then yet he is for artificial intelligence, but yet now he finally has released it because he feels like all the scammers out there that would make it even worse or devious, he feels like he has more of a control on this to be able to let the general public have access to it. Plus, it's just helping him. But, if you don't understand, I've said this many times, Elon Musk is a very smart guy. Even though, in some ways, is he the Donald Trump Jr.? And what I mean by that is the Democratic Party is starting to hate this guy like never seen, and you know he's gonna be on the radar screen now bigger than ever. So does the Democratic Party start treating in the media machine, start treating Elon Musk, and then what they'll do is they'll try to portray him as looking like an idiot. That's the master of the media machine. They constantly will take somebody and belittle them, make them look like they're stupid. Boy, I haven't seen much of that. The guy sitting in office. I mean, yeah, they prop him up and think about this: the lowest rating president ever in modern times, but yet has 70% support of the Democratic Party. Wow. Is that unbelievable? Think about this. I'm talking about lobbyists. The healthcare industry, pharmaceutical drug industry has contributed through the lobbying 70% more monies from 2000 to 2020. The lobbyists and that Medicare, drug, and pharmaceutical, they have more lobbyists than ever, and they've had a 70% increase in funding to get things done their way. Hello, vaccines. Hello, vaccines. Pfizer. Hello, Pfizer. Wow. How much money did Pfizer make? Wow. Wow. How many billions did they make? Wow. Is Pfizer living downtown getting laws passed for you have to pop a pill in your mouth every day? They're working on it. Trust me, they're working on it. So huge, right? Wow. Ooh, yikes. Who are they gonna favor? Who are they gonna favor? Are they hanging out with the left or the right? I mean, sincerely, if you're a lobbyist right now and you're working for a firm that's pharmaceutical, whose side you on? I don't know. I mean, somebody maybe that sells medical equipment, pharmaceutical supplies, drugs, vaccines. I'd be interested. Who's their buddies? Is it the left or the right or neither? I don't know. Yeah, can somebody answer that question for me? So, anyways, artificial intelligence. Elon Musk is so smart. Because what he did is with his Tesla cars, he put cameras in every one of them. So they already started creating the autonomous driving capabilities. He bought Twitter, I think. There's no doubt in my mind he bought Twitter to see how people interact and talk and do everything to help him advance artificial intelligence. I mean, I just no doubt in my mind. Now he's opened up the artificial intelligence app. Why? Because he's going to learn what people want, don't want, what they think, and how they act. It's just another, stepping stone for him creating the human robot. Yeah, wow, yikes. All right, everybody. Hey, it's the dream, right? What's your dream? I mean, come on, what's your dream? I had a dream. When you walk out my door every day, you see my dream, right? To own a ton of cars. That was my dream. That was always my passion, always my dream. Just to have lots of cars. I can just drive something different all the time. That was my dream. Yeah, motorcycles, cars. And am I living my dream? Is that what they say? You're living your dream? But here's the thing. The dream that we're in this country right now, I think is a nightmare. Yeah, that's what I think. I think we're in the nightmare dream. How do we get out of this freaking dream that we're now understanding more than ever, thanks to Elon Musk, that's being driven by a dream with nightmarish ends? Yikes. Hey everybody, thanks for watching my channel. And no offense to anybody out there, just talking in general. That isn't who I am. I wish no harm in anybody. I really don't. I wish the best for everybody. And you can, if you know how to, if you can walk through, you can live through this physical world and get through this physical world without, sickness and death and health issues and relationship issues. That's the challenge of the physical world we live in. And how do you manage that? And how do you do that? Well, follow me along. I'll show you. How about that? Yeah, where's that conversation, right? Hey, thanks everybody for watching my YouTube channel. What's up next? Yeah, I don't know. What is up next? So God bless. Have a great